Rafael Devers going 2 for 12 against his old club over the weekend. But one of those hits was a 2-run home run that helped win Game 2 of that series and helped the Giants win the series over his old team, the Red Sox. It capped off a fascinating week that in many ways encapsulates modern baseball. I have several things that should be said somewhere. Let's do a little digging in. Let's start with this. This didn't have to happen. The Red Sox are a big market club, one of the first clubs to jump into the modern game of analytics and data-driven baseball. But you get the feeling they need a management degree to go along with the mathematics and finance degrees they've already accumulated. First point, it is Rafael Devers' responsibility as the club's highest paid player to do what his employer wants him to do and set an example. He didn't do that. But it is also, conversely, the Red Sox responsibility to get their highest paid player into their inner circle and not just treat him like another employee. Oh, he thinks he's special. He is special. He's their highest paid guy. The Red Sox did not keep him in their inner circle as they made moves that moved him off a position that he played for 8 years for them. That's not a small move. That's a big move. And Devers was understandably upset. And yet, facing the reality of the situation that they faced here in June, the Red Sox absolutely did the right thing in trading Rafael Devers. They moved boldly and decisively and set the correct tone for their entire organization. The Red Sox have become a club known for a certain level of drama. This eliminates drama and dysfunction and gives them a good deal of positional and financial flexibility. Fans might be upset, but trading Devers at the point they all found themselves finally was absolutely the right move. An overused word in modern baseball is culture, but it's a real thing. Think of where the Red Sox are right now in real time. The future is arriving. Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell, Marcelo Meyer, Jarren Duran, Wilyer Abreu, they're still young. They play hard. Garrett Crochet, excellent year one for the Red Sox. He's only 26. It's a young club, but one that could go in a number of different directions. Remember this play on Sunday Night Baseball 2 weeks ago? It was in the middle of the Red Sox playing hard-nosed baseball, coming back against the Yankees, when Devers ended an inning by quitting as he ran up the first base line. I'm sorry, he shut it down. Check out the reaction from Alex Cora. Hey, you okay? Meaning, I'm thinking you're hurt because otherwise you clearly don't care. That's what he's saying. The Red Sox could not allow that attitude to fester through a young clubhouse that is only starting to develop. They needed to clear that out. Also, the massive contract extension that they gave Devers was an overpay. The Red Sox traded Mookie Betts in 2020. They let Bogarts walk after not making the 2022 postseason. They felt pressure to not let Devers also leave town. But he's one of the worst fielding third basemen in the league. So you're left with what? A 28-year-old DH making over $30 million a year in year 2 of a 10-year deal. That's a big problem. Now, on May 13th, I did a workup on Devers' trade value, anticipating a trade a month ago, but I said that contract would be tough to move, and it was. Devers makes Harper and Machado money, but he's not a top 5 hitter. He's not a top 20 player. He's not a top 10 player. He's a top 30 player. So in step the Giants, who gave up some players, but that's not the real deal. The deal is they're taking the hitter and the contract. That's the deal. And in real time, it makes sense for them. Think of the Giants. They have all sorts of baseball-y players, right? Matt Chapman, Willie Adames, Chung-Hoo Lee, but they lack power. They lack weight. Devers gives them power and weight, but he comes at a big price tag. Starting next year, they'll owe 8 years at more than $30 million a year. But their club, with the new Buster Posey regime in place, is in a very different position than Boston. See, the Giants don't have a bountiful prospect harvest that the Red Sox are now experiencing. They're a mature club filled with veterans facing this. This is reality. The Dodgers, here's the winning percentage. We put them in ranks over the last 3 years. Winning percentages, that's payroll over there. The Dodgers are a worldwide behemoth, and they're not slowing down. They're spending more. They're number 1. The Padres have turned on the money machine. You see, they're still top 10 in payroll, even though they've come back, and they're also clever and transactional. The Diamondbacks, meantime, they're above 500 too. And they're a smart organization with a young star core, and in payroll, they're in the top half as well. The Giants are a big market club, but look, they're 14th in payroll. They're 500. They have room to spend. So if they have to be, let's call it, inefficient with their spending, so be it. I wouldn't have done it, but I'm not living in their reality, and I see why it makes sense. They didn't lose much in the trade. They just took on the money to battle the killer whale, that's up top, and the nasty sharks in their own division. This makes sense for the Giants, but it makes much more sense for the Red Sox. This is not waving the white flag. This is clearing the slate for a new era. Your overall take on the trade, what the Giants got the whole deal?
Well, it's certainly understandable from the Giants' perspective. They tried for big hitters forever. We know that Ohtani, Judge, Stanton, Harper, it is a long list. So it makes sense from them. It's much more understandable, at least publicly, for them. I'm with you on the Red Sox. I think they did the right thing. I won't get into whether it was miscommunication, the history of bad breakups, or anything like that. But for this trade, I think they did as well as you could possibly have done. We're talking about a designated hitter who was a malcontent. Now, is it his fault that he was a malcontent? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not going to get into that right now. But right now, he's an unhappy guy, not doing his best. He is only a DH for them. We know that. And $30 million a year for them to bring in 4 players, a guy Hicks, who they had tried for earlier. They came in second to the Giants when he was a free agent. Harrison, one of the best prospects in baseball only a couple years ago. Tibbs, a first-rounder last year. I think they did great. We're just talking about the trade, and that's all. I give them an A+.
Okay, I thought they should, Ronnie, once, like, he wouldn't go to first base when Casas got hurt. Then he wouldn't go back to third when Bregman got hurt. And it was like, at this point, you got to do this. But give me your take.
Well, I think, one, it's great to have you back because it was good to have your take on what happened a week ago. And we're trying to push this to another place. The relationship just became untenable. It became to a place where there was no good that was going to come out of this. And I think what's good for the San Francisco side is that he is going to go over there, and with Chapman and other veterans you were talking about, he won't have to be the face. He won't have to represent the organization. He won't have to be the lead hustler for the game. He'll just do his thing. What does he do? Hits as well as anybody in the game. So he'll be a big part of that, and he showed with that 2-run home run against his old mates. As far as the Red Sox are concerned, I think it really is important. If they use that financial flexibility, then help themselves at the break. If is a big if.